just crazy, weird beliefs. Jen, I got a story for you that happened
Oh, I
this
love your
week.
stories.
And this is okay. So some of you follow me on Twitter. I'm changing employment, I guess. I'm seeking a new career, I guess. And I was at an interview this week for a place here in Austin, and I was waiting in the lobby. And this guy is sitting next to me. I'm kind of early to the interview. I'm about 25 minutes early when I get there. So I'm sitting there in the lobby, and this guy is talking to me, and he starts going off about, I don't know, he's just asking me questions and stuff. And somehow that it turns into him talking about, like, asking me why I didn't go into the military. And he said, like, well, people who aren't in the military shouldn't have opinions about things. It was very weird, very strange. And then at some point, he asks, "Are you a Christian?" Which is never a question you want to hear in a public space, right? And
Let alone right before a job interview, you know?
I don't know why. I just said, no, I'm not. I should have said yes and just moved on with my day. But I said, no, I'm not. I was actually honest. I said, no, I'm not, because, I just was like, fuck it, whatever. And I kid you not, he talked to me for over 10 minutes straight about apologetics that he knew. I actually got a recording of like the last 6 minutes of it on my phone. I don't want to put it out there just yet or anything. I don't know, because it's every single Christian apologetic you've ever heard. He was telling me about how evolution doesn't work. He was telling me about how DNA is like a computer code, and like how so many scientists believe now, and just this and that, and just I just had to sit there and listen to it. He wasn't even letting me talk, really. I mean, like, not that I wanted to talk, but he just kept talking and talking and talking, and he didn't get the hint that, one, I was uncomfortable, but two, it's just like, it's the one, I'm probably the most qualified person in that whole room to actually have a conversation on that subject, right? Because we talk about this stuff so much, and I didn't want to talk to him because it wasn't like a conversation worth having. Like, I don't know if he was going to change his mind on anything, like just the way he was presenting. So it was just really annoying. And like, I've never had an experience like that. Like, obviously there's street preachers and stuff, but this was a guy just sitting next to me, just wanting to talk to me about Jesus and stuff. And it just really rubbed me the wrong way. I don't know. Have you ever had an experience like that?
Somebody tried to save me in a Bed Bath & Beyond parking lot.
What? Really? Wait, how does that work? What happened there?
Remember back in the day when the Sinful clothing line was like really freaking popular? I fucking loved it. So I had this really pretty shirt on, and it said Sinful across it. And my son had to be maybe 6 months old. And I'm carrying him, I'm walking out to the car. And this chick just like stops me, and she asked me what church I went to. And I'm like, I don't.
Yep, awkward, right?
Because I have Sinful written across my chest, and there's a young soul here that needs to be saved. And she actually goes, "Well, what about your son?"
Ooh, whoa! What about your son? Right?
And my ex-husband, this fucker, just took off. He just took off. The Catholic took off to leave his poor heathen wife. I shouldn't say heathen. That's his poor atheist wife defenseless with a 6-month-old. And I'm like, well, I don't think he can really walk into a church to attend one.
Yeah, well, unless he's accompanied by an adult figure,
and then
right?
she starts talking about, if I don't want to save my soul, at least in part try to save my son's soul. And I'm like, look, I gotta go. I just dragged a 6-month-old for 3 hours through Bed Bath & Beyond. I gotta go. She chases my ex-husband down in the parking lot.
Oh my God.
goes, sir, I noticed the crucifix on your neck. Please help me save your wife for your child's sake.
Oh
And I
my,
was like,
no way.
and I'm like, in another lifetime, this would have been some shit.
Yeah.
I also had somebody try to save me on a first date.
Ooh, tell me about that.
That
sounds awkward.
So I waded into Tinder at one point in my life.
No shame. It's 2020, baby.
It's
all
my
good.
first mistake. You ever tried a Tinder in Tennessee? Have you ever?
No,
it's
that's
ridiculous.
never done that.
So the guy was a born-again Christian. He knew I was an atheist, told me forever.
Uh-huh.
Oh, no, it's not a problem. It's not a problem. We go bowling. The date's going great. And we sit down at this restaurant. And I was so excited because I just wanted my baked potato soup. I just wanted my baked potato soup. And he gets really serious. And he goes, so we need to discuss your relationship with Jesus Christ.
On the first date. That's what he decides to
First
talk
date.
about. Wow.
And I put my spoon down and I was like, fucking discuss. Go ahead.
Wait, okay, so just to time out. Did you have like atheist on your Tinder bio? Like, how did he know?
Oh yeah. I'm an extreme because I live in a military town on top of being the quote unquote buckle of the Bible Belt. So this is shit that I have to put out. Like, look, before I waste anybody's time. Just know this is, and
see, I thought when I moved to Austin, I wouldn't be having conversations like that anymore. I've had more of those now.
Right. You would think with the military, there'd be more kind of, different points of view. No, fuck no.
Yeah. Well, anyway.
So he tells me, I really like you, but this can't go any further if I know that I won't see you in heaven after we die. I was like, well, this is pretty fucking morbid to talk about on a first date, but okay. I said, look, dude, you keep bringing up this Jesus guy. I'm just going to find him and go home with him because clearly he's more interested in me than you are.
Did you actually say that?
I actually said that because I was fucking done at that point. And I said, now I'm going to sit here. I'm going to finish my soup and I'm going to finish my burger. You're more than welcome to stay, but know that there will not be a second date. And to his credit, he fucking stayed.
Wow.
He fucking stayed. He stayed because I don't know. Apparently that fucking.
Because he was thirsty.
That Reuben's, I don't know. That Reuben sandwich must have been fucking fantastic.
Maybe
for him to fucking sit and eat this shit. And I'm just like, and I mean, he was a chill guy, but I remember at some point he had numerous children by numerous women, 2 of which he had when he cheated on his wife. And I'm like, you've got a lot of fucking nerve to talk about my soul. What about the soul of your kids?
Yeah, it's interesting because, I say there, right? There's a collective of different theologies, but, a common theological understanding is, well, as long as you're right with God kind of in that moment, I guess, and especially before you die, you're good. Like, it doesn't matter the rest of it. So you could be the best person on earth. You could donate to charities and
well, he used my Catholicism against me.
Yeah.
Because he was Christian and I'm a former Catholic and, we can go sit in a box, do this, figuratively cannibalize somebody and we're good.
Yeah.
And he's like, well, the Bible. I confessed my sins to God. And I'm like, you're a fucking Christian. You don't do this shit. What the fuck are you talking about? Like, do we have to sit here and really fucking discuss this? And do I have to teach you about your fucking Christianity? No.
That's another thing too, because especially if you're post-Christian kind of like we are, like usually that conversation happens a totally different way than what people think because we just I know myself, I just know so much about these kinds of religions. I've had so many conversations and it's like, it's awkward when you feel like you know more than the other person about their own thing that they're talking about. You know what I mean? And that's not to say that that's always true in every single circumstance, but it feels like that a lot of times, like it